I've made it to San Diego. I'm here at the Westfield Plaza Mall where we have one of the largest ANVIO locations in the United States. Now, this location has two 10 by 10 meter game zones. It has various VR attractions, console gaming, basically everything you need to suit your entertainment needs. Now, I'm going to be taking you through a tour of the location itself. I'm going to be speaking to some of the operators, test the equipment, and basically, as always, provide a review of the location to see what it's like to franchise at a large shopping mall like the Westfield Plaza here in the United States in San Diego. Now, with this in mind, I'm not going to be wasting any more of your time. Let's just get right down into it. Now, just to give you an idea of just how busy this place is, this is Westfield Plaza on a Sunday at 4 p.m. Now, this place is packed, has a lot of foot traffic, usually does, and this is why this particular location does as well as it does, essentially. Simply because it has the walk-in, but it also relies heavily on digital marketing, which ANVIO, of course, provides in the background. We do a lot of SEO, but this place is packed on a Sunday here in San Diego. Now, as I'm walking into this park, of course, you're just bombarded with quite a range of different attractions. You got a motorcycle to my right, and you have a range of other simulator type devices just by the walls themselves. To my left, we have this interesting simulator. It's a vehicle. I've noticed they have this at some of the other locations as well. So you're essentially sitting down, you put on the VR headset, and you get to simulate a lot of different motions and things like that. So it's an interesting device. I'm here with... What's your name?
My name is Misha.
What is your favorite ANVIO game?
My favorite ANVIO game is CTZ, first version, because it's just really scary but fun. You need to move a lot.
That's what everyone says, yeah. So it seems to be the most popular game across our worldwide locations, be it in the US, in Europe, in the Middle East. Everyone just seems to love Cities and people love killing zombies. So with this in mind, I noticed that you have some other VR attractions. Tell me, are these also popular? Are they popular here at this location?
Yes, of course. A lot of people coming in, for example, in Sunday and Saturday.
And so, with this in mind, I'm guessing those are mostly kids that play these types of attractions, or is it just about anyone that comes through the doors?
Everyone can play here, and kids and adult people.
So, Misha, I wanted to ask you something more concrete, specifically about the game statistics. How many games you have per day on average. So, on a weekday, how many games do you have here at this location?
Oh, about 5 or 6. It is from Monday to Friday.
And what about during the weekends? Because, of course, most of the revenue, of course, we understand comes during the weekends. Do you have any statistics about that?
And the weekends about 10 or 20, so it is much bigger.
Does that include birthday parties and corporate events? So you have those as well on the weekends usually?
Yes, of course. Usually people come in for playing in PlayStation 5 right there.
Oh, you have a PS5? Oh yeah, I saw that. You have a PS5 as well. That's cool. And but I'm guessing since this is a VR park, are people more inclined to choose the VR games instead of the PS5, or is the PS5 more popular during corporate events?
Just usually people playing in VR because here's everywhere VR. When they want to celebrate, they're just sitting there watching films or playing in games on PlayStation 5.
So, from your experience, what you've seen, how important is having a lounge zone at a franchise location? I mean, what if you didn't have a lounge zone? How would that change the dynamics of this place, do you think?
Just if you don't have a lounge zone, it means that not a lot of people will come for celebrating. Because people sometimes just want to relax. But if you don't have place for relaxing, they just played about 20-30 minutes and left.
I see. And in terms of the prices at this place, because I mean, of course, our prices at ANVIO are quite standard across the board, across our various locations. But how I've seen some of the prices here. Can you maybe tell me more about that? How much you charge per player at this?
From $10 or $14 under $50 per 30 minutes on Anvia, rather. It is, I think that as more it is cost, as better it will be.
Misha, well, before I let you go to go on with, I saw some clients coming in earlier, so you should probably get to those. But I wanted to ask you specifically about this attraction, well, about VR attractions in general, because to our viewers, to our potential franchisees, we, in recent years, in recent times, have allowed our franchisees to add attractions to their franchise locations. To what extent do you think that these attractions are a great, complementary product to our existing ANVIO game zones? Are these kind of offered after they play one of our games, or do you sell these independently?
Everything of that selling independent. But if you want to buy everything in total, you can do it without problem.
Fantastic, fantastic. And so I wanted to, one more question before I let you go. So in terms of the general demographics of this place, because to our viewers, to those that are already quite familiar with ANVIO, we have quite a broad range of demographics. So everything from kids, teenagers to adults are able to play our games. Now, is this something that you've seen at this location as well? So can you tell me more about the target audience for this location? Is it mostly kids or families?
I think that is better for families or a lot of friends, because you can play and give your emotions to different people. But if you want to come alone, it's not a problem, because we have a lot of different places, a lot of games for alone or family.
Cool, fantastic. Well, in that sense, Misha, thank you so much for your time. I will be checking out some of the equipment once again, test some of the games that are available, because me personally, I've already tried all of the ANVIO games many, many times. So you already have more clients coming in, so you should probably get to those. But Misha, thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure. Thank you. Thanks. So a lot of people have been interested in these VR robots that we call, as you can see, they're under the ANVIO brand name itself. Now, essentially with these robots, they are essentially interfaces with Steam games, right? So we have the typical Beat Saber, we have Creed Rise to Glory, we have Deadly Hunter, basically all of the popular Steam titles that are available on Steam. These are equipped and linked directly to the actual interface. So when it comes to franchising, so a lot of you have been requesting whether it's possible to add these to your franchise locations, and the answer is yes. We typically do highly recommend, or well, it is a requirement to have at least 2 game zones at your location. But let's say you just have the one and you really want to add the ANVIO brand name to the location itself, then we may allow it if you add at least a couple of attractions to complement the game zones. Now, of course, this is not because we're very strict about that and that we want to kind of add more game zones to your location. No, this actually relates to the business model itself. You have to increase the max available capacity during peak hours, which is during the weekends. And of course, these attractions can kind of complement at least the 10x10, which allows up to 6 players, and it would allow you to generate more revenue. So these are very popular. If you want more information, send a message directly, and I will send you the information of the company that did these attractions for us under the brand name itself. Now, when it comes to franchising, so a lot of you have been wondering whether it is possible to essentially open a location that is not located, in a shopping mall or a high traffic destination. So the answer is yes, but as I mentioned during some of our Zoom calls and things like that, of course, the more central a location is located, the better, right? Because you have the more foot traffic, But in the case that you're not centrally located, then we would typically recommend that you spend more on digital marketing, at least 8 to 12% of your budget, bringing through more traffic through digital means, through Facebook, through targeted ads, Instagram, and things like that. So it's definitely not the end of the world. Send us over any floor plans, send us over addresses of where you're planning to open your location, and we will essentially help you. And we also have a document that would be useful in terms of picking an ideal location when it comes to not only technical requirements but commercial requirements and things like that. So our CTO, Maxime, he wrote a wonderful article as well on picking a perfect location. So I will send that over to you, but it's also available on our B2B blog as well. With this in mind, I'm not going to waste any more of your time, so I will see you soon, either in a city next to you, in your city, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers!